work, it don't work. Hello and welcome to the Pedalhead Show. I'm your host, Benny G. Hope you're having a great day. Here on the floor we have a beautiful Tokai TDL-1. This is an analog bucket brigade delay reminiscent of the Boss DM2 circuit that was revised in 1982. This uses the coveted MN3205 chip, and this chip was supposed to bring more clean transparency to your repeats, sounding less dirty, and it would let the feedback oscillate nicer than the earlier MN3005 chips that were in the first line of DM2s that used bucket brigade technology. I find this delay chip sounds a lot brighter, nicer, warmer, more closer to a fast echo from a space echo tape delay or echoplex. So remember, when you think about analog delays, they're supposed to sound like the echoes of a tape delay. So you get a really short length of milliseconds to work with, between 20 and 300 for most properly calibrated analog delays. This pedal I bought on a whim, and I thought I'd show it with you guys because there wasn't much out there. So here on the floor, we have the Tokai TDL-1. Now I thought, wow, it looks beautiful. No one's ever touched it. Nothing wrong with it. There couldn't be. But then I tested it, and lo and behold, what did I find out? That a couple of electrolytic capacitors in this delay pedal have gone bad because we have little to no mix of the delay repeats in with the clean signal. We have some, so we can say, good, the bucket brigade chip is safe. So just to show you what I mean by how this pedal is reacting right now, I have it on the floor here, plug into the Headrush. Gotta love Headrush. Helix or Headrush, you know, it's great. I have the effect send and return going to the Tokai TDL-1, and I got it going through a clean amp into a compressor. This is a 1980-ish Japanese Strat. Never mind the line 6 amp. It's just for me to reference. Thank you. I have the Headrush send and return going into the TDL-1 into a clean Solando amp, Solando amp into a compressor. So here's without the delay effect. Dry. All right. Crank on the effects loop. As you see, the echo level is cranked all the way. So this is when the echo should be overbearing versus the clean dry mix. Stop the feedback. It's like barely there. It's like 2 yards away. You can kind of hear it. But that's why you're here to watch at the Pedalhead Show. Me, your host, Benny G, switch out some electrolytic capacitors in this old vintage unit. Let's go. All right, so here we have the Tokai Delay. All right, took it off the board. It's in pretty nice condition. I've seen some really bad ones with battery acid all across of it. Sounded great, but you couldn't put anything with battery acid on your board and your other pedals. Luckily, this one is in perfect shape. Now only to get to electrolytic capacitors. So to show you what I have, I got a kit from Amazon that I'll happily put in the description below so you can get your own kit if you're in Canada or the US. Here we have our soldering iron set to about 230 to 240 degrees. Clippers, tweezers, 40-60 solder. Here we have some braided copper. And then we have our electrolytic capacitor set. You want to try to match the electrolytics value, obviously, and also the voltage capacity, because bigger capacitors or capacitors that have higher voltage ratings could tend to be more noisy. So let's open up the Tokai Delay. Not too many people get to see me do a lot of soldering work on the bench. So if you are enjoying this, please like, subscribe, and stay around for more, because there's going to be a lot more open pedal boxes on my bench in the near future. That was fun, wasn't it? All four just popped out like nothing. Over there. this. Put that somewhere safe. Make sure you put it with the piece of styrofoam on the back. Here we have the board. Open it up. So here we have our MN3205 bucket brigade chip. And I don't know if you can tell by the video, but there's one capacitor right there that looks a little burnt out and has some corrosion on it. My guess is that one in the schematic is right here. So we're going to switch that one out first. And that one is 10 to 16, 10 UF to 16. All right. Time to remove. So we see there's a big chip right here. It's right above the chip on the right hand, which would be left hand, which would be right. And to move that. Right there. Might get noisy. And that goes over there. Here we have our capacitor. There's some corrosion on this one. Switch that one out. Double check. 10, 16, 10, 25. Good enough. Close enough. Look for where it has the positive symbol, if it has one. We're going to bend this leg. Kind of match how far they are in the back. Whoa! He doesn't want to be in the circuit. Ahaha. Wow, we almost got it. That's negative. Pull it on the other side. Flatten those. Trim off the excess. All right, this might happen to you, happen to me. All right, this one goes all the way down. So when you have corrosion, that can also sometimes burn away the coil. Turn that off. So now we got to make a jumper. Down and around. Good enough. So this one comes down to here. prime that. Done. Not as pretty as a simply switched out electrolytic, but still functional. Take some tape, or if you have some shrink wrap for a hand, lay that somewhere nice. All right, let's put it all back and see how it goes. All right, now welcome back. So we have the TDL-1 back on the board in the effects loop of the Headrush. Let's hear what this thing should sound like without. Here's bypass. You always have to test your bypass signal after you do any modifications or maintenance to your old vintage pedals. Sounds fine. So I put the echo level at 12 o'clock. Let's put everything at 12 o'clock. Let's see if we can get any more repeats at this more sensible dialed back range. Here we go. Wow, we got a lot more. So I must say that mission was a success. Again, if this is your first time to my channel, please consider subscribing. I really appreciate it. Stick around for more videos. Hit like and comment if there's any vintage pedal that you're having a problem with. I'd be happy to help. So that's what it sounds like with everything at 12 o'clock. Let's put the delay time longer. So you have to put the knob counterclockwise for longer delay times. Let's increase that echo level. Dial up the feedback. So this TDL-1, it is a DM2 clone. It uses different op amps, and it probably has some different values to give the delays more, I don't know, clearness and transparency. But then again, every single analog pedal that you're going to play has so much tolerance between each other that not two pedals or two pedals that have copied circuits are going to sound the same. So a TDL-1, any Tokai pedal, is a great buy if you're a vintage collector like me. Let's put some overdrive from the Headrush. Here we have the SD1. sounds wicked, doesn't it? Dial that back. Here we have more of a John Mayer approved setting for all you JM enthusiasts out there. I must say, for most delay pedals, that you always want to go for the longer, most textured, nicest sounding repeat. Then the delay pedal takes more of the role of a separate instrument. Using the Tokai TDL-1, which is a DM2 from 1982 clone, using it with the lower feedback and faster delay times to give you more of that slapback or echo effect, this one's tuned very nicely. It's very good. Let's go for those slower delay times, and let's just try to hear, as the audience you are, please try to make out if you can hear any clock noise. Because every analog delay and some analog flangers and choruses, when you have a clock running a delay chip and there's bad electrolytics, or after a while the tolerance has gone to a place that the trim pots are out of whack now, does this sound like it has any clock noise? Will it sound like a high-end chirp? Here we go. I can hear it slightly, so we're going to change some more electrolytics in this TDL-1 in a future video. Thank you so much. Check out my other videos I've produced, and I hope I see you guys again in the next future episode. I was your host, Benny Grzinski. You're watching The Pedalhead Show. It's been a blast. But before you go, we'll do a loop. How about that?